Hi there and welcome to my sweet and savory kitchen. Today I'm going to be making Jamaican beef patties and you will love them. I'll start with the patty dough, and for the ingredients I have some flour, milk, salt, baking powder, sugar, curry powder, turmeric, butter and vegetable shortening. I'll start with the salt, baking powder, sugar, curry powder and the turmeric. So basically all the dry ingredients goes in first. Mix it up well and then add the butter and then the shortening. Then mix it up with your fingers until it's crumbly. The turmeric and the curry powder does not only give the color but flavors as well. This is the texture I'm looking for, so I'll start adding milk gradually to bring it together and form a ball. With Jamaican beef patties, you need a soft flaky crust, so you don't have to knead the dough or else it will become so hard. Just keep adding the milk gradually until you bring it together to form the ball. It is nicely formed, so I'll wrap it and refrigerate it for about 30 minutes. Next, I'll start with the filling, and I have minced beef, spring onions, carrots, onions, scotch bonnet pepper, breadcrumbs, black pepper, ginger and garlic powder, all-purpose seasoning, garlic and thyme. So I'll season the minced beef and then set it aside. I'm seasoning with some garlic and ginger powder, all-purpose seasoning, black pepper, salt, and then I'll mix it together. After seasoning, I'll cover it and then set it aside for 10 minutes, and then we can go ahead and start preparing on the stove. Now in a pan, add some oil. Add the onions, and then garlic, and let it saute for about 2 minutes. Next, I'll add my scotch bonnet pepper. Normally, Jamaican patties have a little heat and a little spice as well. Next, add the rest of the veggies and let it cook for about a minute. I'm sprinkling in the thyme. You can also use fresh thyme and it will give you beautiful flavors as well. The seasoned minced beef goes in now. Now stir while mashing the beef to prevent clumps of beef. It's smelling good already. Next, add some browning or dark soy sauce just for a little color and flavor. A full list of the ingredients will be in the description box. I'm adding a bit of ketchup. Because my beef was seasoned, I do not need salt, but you can go ahead and add a bit of salt if needed. Next, add the breadcrumbs. This absorbs some of the liquid and gives the beef a smooth texture. See, not too much liquid, because if the filling is too wet, then the patties will get too soggy and we don't want that. Now cover and allow to sit for 2 minutes. See that, guys? Not too wet and not too dry. Set it aside and let it cool down. The patty dough has been resting for 30 minutes. Now sprinkle some flour on your clean work surface. Now dust some flour on the patty dough as well. If you think the dough is too big for you to work on at once, you can divide it into two to make it easier for you. I'm starting to roll the dough now to make it flat. I only used just half of the butter and shortening needed for this recipe when I was making the dough, so the other half will be added whilst I'm rolling. Adding the vegetable shortening, and then I'll also add some butter. This method allows you to acquire a layer and layer of flakes. So now the butter, and then fold it over. And then start rolling again. Add some butter and shortening one more time. One thing I love about Jamaican beef patties is that not only the filling is flavorful, but the crust as well. Fold it over and then roll it again. At this point, I'll divide the dough into two, then roll it a bit and then trim the edges. It doesn't have to be too thin, so this is the thickness I'm going for. Now you can cut it into any shapes or sizes you want. I'm cutting this into just 4 pieces. So depending on how big you want yours, you can go ahead and do it. Now I'll add a generous amount of filling to get a nice juicy meaty beef patty. Now fold it over and seal the edges with a fork. Now I'll trim it to make sure that it's tightly sealed. Continue the same process for the rest of the dough and place them on a baking tray lined with a baking paper to prevent it from sticking. Next, beat an egg and use a brush to gently brush over the patty crust to give it a beautiful shine. I've preheated my oven to 180 degrees and I'll bake for 25 minutes. After 25 minutes, my patties came out perfectly. See the crust? So soft and flaky. Let me take a bite. Very delicious. Please try it and leave a comment for me. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like and share for me. Be safe and see you next time. Bye!